So I am at the lab place right now. I am doing my 3-hour glucose test, and I'm trying not to talk too loud because it's just me and one other staff person, so I don't want to be super loud talking to myself. But I just finished drinking the drink, and it is a lot more concentrated this time, so more sugary. I still finished it within under 5 minutes, probably like a minute and 30 seconds because I'm thirsty and it's cold. I got my blood drawn already, so that's the first one. I'm gonna have to be poked 4 times today, so 3 more to go. And I brought my laptop so I can edit, and it is 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is what I'm doing on my Thursday. I'm really hoping I pass this time because I definitely don't want to have gestational diabetes, and I know it goes away after you give birth, but still, if it's something that's going to affect my baby, then definitely stresses me out.
Hey everyone, so I just want to give you guys a little update. I did do my 3-hour glucose test about a week ago, and I did fail, so they did diagnose me with gestational diabetes, and I have to start testing myself every single day, 4 times a day, in the morning fasting before I eat anything, and an hour after each meal. So it's definitely been a struggle bus trying to figure out what works for me and what doesn't spike my blood sugar, and it's very complicated right now because before I got to this point, like ever since I found out I was pregnant, I was dealing with morning sickness, and I was already so limited on the things that I wanted to eat because everything just didn't sound good. And now that I have to be even more strict on what I'm actually putting into my mouth, it makes it even harder. And it just sucks to know that you can't just eat anything without having to worry about my blood sugar being too high or too low. So the first time I actually tested myself on Saturday, I had to have my husband poke my finger because I just couldn't do it. And now I've kind of got used to it, so I just, you know, test myself. I don't need him to help me with it, but I do have an appointment with a specialist next week. They just called me yesterday to get it scheduled, so I'm gonna be seeing the pharmacist, getting an ultrasound, and seeing the doctor all in one day. So it's definitely gonna be a long day of just appointments, so I'll be there for quite a few hours. All my doctor's office told me was that they want me to be on a low sugar, low carb, and high protein diet. I don't know how many grams per like carbs or sugar that I can have per meal. I have an appointment with my doctor today, but I don't know if she's really going to go over that. I think she might just leave it for the specialist team to kind of take care of that for me. I took the news really hard when I found out about it because I just wanted my body to work the way it should be, like so bad. With me having gestational diabetes, I have a higher chance of not having a vaginal birth. I have a higher chance of being induced and having like a C-section depending on how big my baby is. So it definitely changes my birth plan, even though I didn't really have one, but obviously C-section was definitely the last resort because it's just so terrifying to me. And so yeah, it's been about a week already since I've been testing, and I've been trying to figure out what works for me and what doesn't. It's just so hard because I get tired of the same things over and over, so I'm constantly wanting to just eat different stuff just to see what my variety is and what I can have. My doctor did give me a prescription for a testing device, lancets, and test strips, but with my insurance, my copay was still 30 bucks for the meter and 30 bucks for the test strip. So I was like, that's way too much. And so I just went and got everything I needed from Walmart. I got the meter, the lancing device, test strips, and lancets, and alcohol swabs so I can like clean my fingers before I prick them. So all of that for under $40. I just got the cheapest brand that they had, which is the Rely On, and I like how it comes in a nice little compact pouch, so I can just put everything in here. I carry this with me everywhere, and I try my best to actually test my blood sugar after I eat a meal. I also downloaded this one app onto my phone. It's called My Sugar, and it just looks like this. I keep track of everything in this app right here. I really like it. It's really user friendly, and I put down my fasting sugar, I put down when I snack, what I'm eating, and I take a picture of everything just in case if I forget. And I also input my number of when I actually take my blood sugar in here so that I can keep track of everything, so I don't have to click through my meter. With this, it just has everything all organized in here, which is really nice. I'm just really scared that if I can't get my fasting blood sugar down in the morning, then I might have to be on medication. I'm really hoping it could just be diet control. Like, I am just so scared of having to inject myself with insulin if that's what they prefer me to be on. And it's just hard because my whole pregnancy has been fine. Like, I have no issues up until now. I know gestational diabetes is really common in people who are pregnant. I have an appointment about 40 minutes, so I need to get going in about 20 minutes here, and I will update you guys afterwards when I see my doctor. So I'm back home and it is 4:18, and the reason why I'm in my car right now is because my husband's gonna be home soon, and I just felt like talking to you guys in my car. Sometimes I feel like your car is just a safe space to just let out your thoughts. So yeah, I went to go see my doctor this morning at 11:40, and we went over my gestational diabetes, and I showed her my tracking log of all my sugars, and I have to start insulin. So she prescribed me Lantus, and I'm gonna go pick it up later when my husband gets home. And I'm so scared to use it because I just don't like poking myself, and now I have to inject myself with medicine to help lower my blood sugar. So I have to take it at night. She's gonna start me at 10 units because she doesn't want my blood sugars to drop too low, especially because I'm trying to diet and figure out what I can and cannot eat. But she did say that most likely when I go in and see the specialist next week, they're probably gonna up my insulin dosage, so just to be kind of prepared for that. So I need to learn how to use it. I'm so scared, and even though I dispense this stuff like all day long, it's so much different when you're the one who has to take the medication. So I was really bummed out by that, but I had a feeling because in the Facebook groups that I join, a lot of the pregnant moms, they mentioned that they can't get their fasting numbers to go down and they've been put on insulin. So some people might think that I'm being overly dramatic with this whole gestational diabetes, but it's hard for me to take it all in because it's a lot of new things that I've never done before, and I'm scared that what if I can't do it and it affects my baby. So that's like my biggest thing that I'm afraid of, but I know I just have to like get through the next 10 weeks if we even make it to 40 weeks. But yeah, I'll have an estimate of how much my baby is gonna weigh next week when I go in for my growth ultrasound as well. I haven't seen my baby since my anatomy scan, which is almost like 11 weeks ago, so it's been quite a bit of time, and I'm excited to see my baby, even though it's not for like the best like reasoning. I feel like it's really hard on me when it's like my first pregnancy and I felt like everything was going good up until I did like my glucose test. I have to make big changes in order to stay healthy for me and my baby, so that, you know, we could just push through these next 10 weeks. And sorry if I don't make any sense. It's been really hard for me to just kind of put all my thoughts into words, and I feel like I'm such a failure already because it just sounds so complicated. I wish I just had an easy pregnancy like everybody else, where they can eat whatever they want, everything's fine, and then they just give birth and the baby's there. Hi guys, so sorry it's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded, but I just want to do a quick little update. And I just saw my specialist team on Thursday, and they are increasing my dose to 20 units in the morning and at night. And my doctor did tell me that they were very much going to increase my dose, but she just wanted to start me at a lower dose. I did join a couple of groups on Facebook, and they are all pregnant women who are diagnosed with gestational diabetes. And I must say, joining those groups before I actually like saw my specialist and all that has really helped me be prepared for my appointments, and just kind of open up my mind and to be a little bit more prepared with the things that they tell me. It was stuff that I already kind of had an idea that was going to happen, so that definitely helped me a lot. Nice to see what other people are eating and what they're doing, and
see what works for them. And I know everybody's body is very different, but it's all trial and error. It was definitely hard for me to give myself my first insulin shot, but then it actually hurt less than pricking my finger. I am a lot more comfortable with it now. It is a hassle. It is still an adjustment on trying to get used to it. I've just been really frustrated for the past couple of weeks because I feel like no matter what I was doing, it was hurting my baby, because if I get a bad number, it would automatically just make me feel really crappy. And my specialist team, they definitely just really let me know that, you know, it's okay, sometimes it happens, you will spike here and there, but they look at the overall trend of your numbers. And yeah, so I'm really hoping that I can control my blood sugar so that I can keep baby in as long as I can to full term if possible. If we don't have to take baby out early, then I definitely don't want to. Baby's roughly 3.25 pounds, so almost 3.5 pounds. Baby's growing just like at a perfect rate, not too big, not too small, and the doctor looked at the ultrasound and it doesn't look like diabetes is affecting baby. My goal is just for my baby to be healthy, and so that way it can also decrease any other complications that I can possibly have. My room is a mess, but I just wanted to do a little bump update. Baby is 31 weeks today. Baby's foot is all the way up here. Baby did move from like a breech position to more of like an L position. So baby does like to be on this side a lot more than over here. So yeah, this is what my bump looks like at 31 weeks. We have 9 weeks left to go. It's so crazy that time is going by so fast, but I do have some stretch marks right here. I've always had stretch marks on my belly anyway, so these are just some new ones that have developed. So stretch marks are definitely nothing new to me. I've always had them. So that's what my belly looks like at 31 weeks.